What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Tamisha, the Codepreneur, as well as your transformational coach here on YouTube, keeping it raw, real, and relatable, helping you transform academically, professionally, as well as spiritually. So I want to show you guys something that I totally forgot about. So in 2016, I had did some recordings that I never published, and just like anything else, you know, it's 2024 and people tend to do like house cleaning and just kind of getting all the old things out and bringing all the new things in. And I was going through my laptop and I'm like, oh, let me get rid of all the, any old videos or old documents, old files. And I came across these videos that I did a long time ago that I never edited, that I never published, and I honestly can't remember why. So I want to share with you guys these interventions, because really all the videos, when I was watching it, I'm like, oh my goodness, I can't believe how terrible this video was done. But you know what? It's the benefit and the ideas that I provide in the video is definitely worthwhile, and I think you guys are going to benefit from it, and I think you're really going to enjoy it, just like how I did when I was watching it. And I'll just take you guys through it. I did about, I think it's like 10 or 12 different treatment intervention ideas. So I hope that this helps you guys as you work in skilled nursing facility, or even if you're doing home health. These are just like some cool tips and tricks that you can also do and implement, especially when you have a very heavy and busy caseload. All right, well, I hope you guys enjoy. Let's get into it. All right, guys, so what I'm showing you right now is a pegboard, and I'm also going to show you the pegs, because in a skilled nursing facility, you're always going to find this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you guys how you can utilize it in a different way. So if you grab a piece of paper, and I'm showing you like right here, it looks like, what did I do here? I created a reference point with the numbers right there that you can see on the left. And what you can do is you can create different sequences, and then you're going to want to put it right inside of here just to keep it good. And you're going to see in just a moment how this all works. So you're going to look at the number of pegs you have, and you're going to make this. So once you grab your pegs, and you're going to grab your dry eraser, markers, you can see I'm showing you guys it here, and then you have, I can't remember what this is called, but you guys know what it's called, where you can write on it and then you can still erase. That's the benefit of having it, because you can create different sequences, and then you're going to put this there and you're going to have them follow along. So you can see like, okay, number one, you have it up there, and then number two, so they're going to count how many holes is from that point, and it's going to go according to your sequence. So one thing I do want to add in that I didn't have here is that when you're creating this, you do want to create the numbers as well at the top, so it can be a reference point, right? So you still want to mimic what you have on the pegboard, so when you are doing the sequence, it's a little bit more clear and a little bit more straightforward. I can see where I was going with this, but yeah, you need to a little extra more in detail to kind of guide your patients a little bit better. All right, so I put thumbtack on the wall here, and as you can see, I'm pointing to it. And the reason for this is because you can take your pegboard and you can hang it. And the good thing about these thumbtacks is you can move it at different heights. So I guess I'm just showing you guys how easy it is to hang up your pegboard. and then you can have your patient stand, and then they can put the pegs inside. So you could kind of move this up high, you can move this off to the side, you can really get creative. And then you see I'm just kind of just demonstrating what you'll be doing with your patients, and you can turn this into a balance and fine motor activity. So right here, we're taking it up a notch where you have the long mirror, so your patients now can see their posture as you work on using the peg. So it's a nice little touch on this one. I like this one. All right, so this one is really neat. So all you need is just a deck of cards, and you are going to put it on a cardboard box. You're going to spread out all the cards, and you're going to want to have multiples, maybe like 2 to 4 cards, and then you're going to sort them out just like how I have here, and then you're going to take it, as you can see this is laminated so it can be used, and then you have the Velcro, and then you just stick it. So when your patient is working on this, they're going to look for the matching, what do we have here, king. So they're going to use scanning, right? They're working on coordination. They're working on fine motor control. So a couple of different things. And when they find it, they just put it on top just like that. And this is a really, really neat activity that you can do with your patients. You can have them sit down and do it. You can even make them stand and do it, but it's really good. All right, so in this next one, what I believe I was doing was I was looking at the fork and I'm like, well, if you don't have a built-up fork like this, the next best thing, right? So we have a spoon and we need the spoon to be built up. The next best thing is to get these tubes here. So you see I have a red tube and I have a blue tube and a lot of, I don't want to say a lot, some facilities don't have the luxury of built-up utensils and they may just have a standard utensil. So this is just like a cool little adaptation that you can use where you get like these tubes and you cut it based on the size that you need. And I believe that's what I had did in this video. I just grabbed 2. I wasn't sure what was going to fit great, so I tested it out, and you can see I'm putting it in the blue one. Obviously that is too loose because the spoon is going to fall right out. So I'm taking it out and I said, okay, let me try the red one. So once I was able to put it in, it was a perfect fit, and you have your built up utensil. They can eat with that, and then when they're done, you can put it back on the lunch tray. The spoon could go get washed, and they can keep the tube in their room. Usually what I like to do is I like to put their names on it, and I like to notify nursing that they have these. So whenever it's time for them to eat, all they have to do is put it on. So the next thing here is for difficulty when it comes to grip, when it comes to holding on to like a pen or a pencil, right? Again, you have to adapt here. So I said, oh, why not use one of these little clothes hanger clips, and then voila, you can have a better grip to write. So it's a cool little technique. Definitely steal this one for your interventions that you want to do with your patients, see how they do. I'm just showing you about the grasp, and you know, maybe they have a good pincer grasp, but they're struggling with more of a wide grasp. All right, so the next one that I did, so in this one, what I was showing you was that the wrong way to pick up clothes and using bad body mechanics. So yeah, you definitely don't want to use your back here, is pretty much what I'm showing you. And I'm saying, hey, you got to bend those knees, right? Proper body mechanics, and you lift with the legs, not with your back. And you definitely don't want to just drop it like that either, because if it's heavy, you might have a hard time when it's time to put it into the washer. And that's just me being really silly here in the video. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you a better way. So what I decided to do was I grabbed the basket and I said, what can I do so someone doesn't have to really carry their clothes, right? If they need to transport their clothes in their clothing basket, what can we make it easy? So I use shoestring laces. I'm sorry, not shoestring, but I use shoelaces, as you guys can see here, and I'm going to show you how you can tie the laces. And as I'm watching these, I'm just laughing at myself because I really had like these different kind of quirky ideas on how to make things work. And honestly, you need to have this creative skill, guys, because sometimes you might be in a facility and they just simply have a really low budget and there's nothing you can do but to be creative. So you can see how I tied it, and I deliberately tied it this way because I wanted to make sure that I created a handle where I can simply pull the basket, and I'm gonna show you guys in a second how I did that. So here we go. So I'm gonna show you how this little technique works, especially when the basket's too heavy, even if you're using proper body mechanics. What's a nice little handy dandy tip is to use that shoelaces and to just pull it, you know, and yeah, take it where it needs to go, bring it towards the laundry room, and you can see I'm just kind of just demonstrating how easier it is to transport the laundry. All right, so I'm just showing you, you want to make sure you use your legs to make sure you're bending and not using your back, and I'm just putting it on top and then I'm putting it back on the floor, and I'm just simply going to load the laundry. And it's important, again, when you're doing this, you want to make sure you're using proper body mechanics. Another good tip too is if it's a little too much to stand up, you could pull up a chair and then you can load your clothes just by sitting down. All right, so this next one here, you can see I have my shoes off, and what I want to show you is, you know, if your patient has drop foot, okay, and drop foot, as you can see, I'm demonstrating how a drop foot would normally look like. A good thing to recommend is an AFO. Usually the doctor would recommend this. If they don't have one, it's something to have a discussion about with their doctor, family. Definitely want to talk to your supervising therapist so they can be able to walk comfortably when you're doing gait training, functional mobility, or just better quality of life. And I think I'm just showing you guys that as an option. And then of course, elastic laces is a must to help with getting the shoes on easy. Okay, so here what I want to do, and I believe, what was I doing here? Okay, yes. I was going to show you how you can do a shower tub transfer when you do not have access to a tub in your facility. So sorry about the quality of my videos, guys. Again, this is when I was first really learning how to record and it was always a little bit more difficult when you're by yourself trying to make these videos happen, but we're gonna get it done. So I'm just showing you, pretty much every facility has these high-low tables. So what you want to do is you want to bring the table all the way up as high as it could possibly go, and then you can see what I'm doing here. I'm laying it on the ground. I'm putting it against the step here because I know that the step is not going to move when I'm doing my training with my patient. And then I just simply put the tub in. Now obviously you can see that I need to flip that. Yeah, I think I realized myself that, you know what, in order to make this work, I got to put it a different direction. So yeah, I'm flipping it. And I've been at some facilities where they didn't have tubs. They only had like the the seat. And I'm like, well, how can I really do a training if I don't have a tub? And then there you go. This will simulate a tub transfer training. So just like a tub, they have to be able to lift their foot over the tub height and slide in, and voila, there you have it. And there me pretending like we're doing a shower, but you guys get the idea. So again, steal this idea, use it in the clinic. It's going to be super, super beneficial for your patient. Okay, so now I'm just showing you some adaptive equipment. You have your sock aid, shoehorn, you have your dressing stick, elastic lace, leg lifter, and you also have a reacher that's here on the table. So I think I'm just showing you guys different ones. So yeah, so with the leg lifter here, this is where you would put your hand in, and then the other end of it is where you put your foot when you're trying to lift your leg. And I'm showing you other devices here. We have toilet tongs on the table right here. And this is what we use when someone has a really hard time in wiping themselves after a bowel movement. I'm not really a fan of these, but it is an option that some people do use. And then of course you have your long handle sponge and button hook. So now in this video, I'm just going to demonstrate how you use the leg lifter. So you saw me open it up just so I can fit my foot in more comfortable, and then all you have to do is lift and pull up. This is very beneficial for people that cannot bend over, people that might have very heavy legs or lymphedema. So it's really a nice option here, and I've used it quite a bit during my treatment sessions. And then I'm just showing you guys how you take your leg back off of the bed. So everything you see here, definitely, hey, go ahead, use it. Practice using a leg lifter. If you don't have a leg lifter at your facility, I do have a video that I demonstrate alternative. Yeah, and that was it. Now in this video, I have the long handle sponge. For me, I'm not a fan of having it long, so I actually tend to bend it. And I know they're not made to bend, but I do this because getting it right on the back, you need a little curvature. And I noticed that when I've used this before with patients, they would barely get the sponge on their back. So I kind of got into the habit of trying to make a slight little curve. You can see I'm struggling a little bit because it's kind of firm. Obviously I'm not trying to break it, but I just want to get a little bit of a curvature. So when it is time to, get all parts of the back, it's a little bit easier because there's a slight bend, and it works for me. So you can definitely do that too. Just showing you the importance of using that sponge, getting all the areas. Alright, so in this last section of the video, all I'm doing is showing you guys around the clinic different items we use. You got the arm bike over there, you have the long mirror, we have the stairs. So I'm just showing you around the clinic. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, this was an old video that I did back in 2016, and I never ever showed anyone. So I'm so happy that I'm getting the opportunity to show you guys. If you guys are enjoying videos like this and you just enjoy my videos, please go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and leave me a comment below. Tell me what was your favorite part. And until next time, guys. Bye-bye.